he ended up with black eyes, and there was no blood.
I loved it, everyone else fucking hated it, but yeah.
The blood was nearly spilled, but not quite.
We had a bit of a shit fight over that one. But yeah, next question.
One of the pieces that really split the jury was Penny the Pirate.
The agency had devised an idea, it was for the biggest opticians in Australia, where it was a children's storybook. The idea was you sit down with your child, there were different glasses, and by reading the storybook and interacting with each page, as a parent you'll be able to test your children's eyesight.
It's won awards in many other shows, but D&AD is quite unique, quite special. It's got a very, very high standard of craft.
There was lots of debates around the kind of, was that the best storybook, the best designed and written kids storybook we'd ever seen? Probably not. Was it the best app we'd ever seen in that space? Probably not. But as an idea, as an integrated campaign to be able to kind of test your children's eyesight, it was great.
It was unanimous how fantastic and standout and groundbreaking this piece of work was. There was this split in the jury about whether or not the craft was strong enough.
Surprisingly, one they did was House of Mamba, which was a Nike effort in China. They created a kind of a basketball court with a kind of a touch-sensitive floor and LCD space into it. It purported to both create kind of a spectacle in the event, very graphically rich experience for the fans looking down at the court, but also to help educate and train and data visualize the athletes on the court. And I think there was a split on whether it really lived up to both functions, right? It was an amazing design piece, an amazing kind of brand expression piece, but it wasn't clear from the case videos how well it informed the athletes, how well it improved that athletic performance.
Pride Whopper. Here's a brilliant campaign with great intrigue and a real punch to it that makes a point, done by a multinational, Burger King.
You want to try the Pride Whopper?
What is the Proud Whopper?
Yeah, what is the difference?
And we get into this classic debate, is it okay to give an award to a company that is possibly doing a lot of not good when they do good?
We are all the same inside.
It's the same burger.
And this is very cut and dry to me. My answer to that is absolutely, of course. You can't tell people what not to do. You need to tell people what to do. You got to lead people. And so if you catch someone, whoever it is, doing something great, you want to reinforce that.
A campaign that Paddy Power did called Shave the Rainforest, where it was just before the World Cup, and they did a message, apparently by cutting down rainforest trees in the Amazon, got a volume of torrent of social media abuse, and then revealed that it was actually a Photoshop image and that they really do care about the rainforest.
It was very Marmite, to use another brand, love it or hate it. I think everybody loved the fact that they did create a huge buzz, but was that buzz passed on to the rainforest and the awareness around it and the people that they were trying to get to do something about it? Or was it just creating even more buzz and awareness around this brand?
They didn't really follow through with how much they cared about the rainforest. They didn't really go into the depth of the problem on the rainforest. So it felt like they were actually using the issue rather than actually caring about the issue.
Some of the things that were thrown around were, well, you know what? Even if it was greenwashing and if it was not necessarily done for the right reason, the fact that they did it and created all this awareness around a serious issue is still a good thing. And then some of the other jury were like, no, it has to be much more substantial, much more genuine.
There's a beautiful, beautiful piece of work celebrating the 25th anniversary of Photoshop. It's an amazing spot to look at. It's hard to believe you could do better in terms of the way it looks, its visual, all that kind of stuff. It reinforces to you everything that is wonderful about Photoshop. It tells you about what Photoshop has done to evolve creativity in all sorts of fields over the last 25 years. And the whole ad is made out of Photoshop. And when we're debating it, there's a lot of searching for the idea. What's the idea? What's the idea? Is it a beautiful montage made of great craft, or is it a genuine idea? So that went around and around and around, and there were some people with the opinion that the idea was to celebrate Photoshop, using Photoshop in a beautiful visual way. Other people saying that's just a montage. So it went back and forth.
There was actually a video on Hermès, new collection, and it was very interesting because all the women absolutely loved it. and the two men did not. But it was interesting, and that I think also showed how people relate to it. And of course, we were the target audience, not the men.
We love the gay TMs.
Well, sponsorship for Sydney's gay and lesbian Mardi Gras has delivered a makeover.
10 cash points dubbed Gay TMs have been transformed by various artists to celebrate the LGBTI community. They also print rainbow-coloured receipts.
Finally,
love it.
Gay people will be able to buy things.
We put it super high up, everybody was really into it. But a lot of times we were like wondering, are they just making us excited because the case study is so awesome and the music is fun and everybody watches the video and is so psyched? Or were you excited about the real idea?
We probably had quite a debate over the Barcelona Design Museum. It's an absolutely stunning, beautiful piece of work, really intelligent, just so delicately handled but strong. But there was a debate of whether it felt like it was too much borrowing from the past and borrowing from the book of Swiss graphic design of your Muller Brockmans and your Otto Lakers of the past. So this became a bit of a debate, and whether it was our responsibility as a jury to reward stuff that was a bit more forward thinking or reward stuff that was looking back to the past.
They're the piece, a little interactive online film for awareness for wearing your life jacket. And you scroll up and it keeps, it's a point of view, you've fallen off a boat in the middle of the ocean, and as you scroll up, you stay swimming, and as soon as you tire and stop doing it, because eventually you will, then you drown. When I explained it, it even sounds like, meh, but it was so well done that when you did it, it was actually, really simple, moving piece. You felt something, it was cool. So there's a lot of debate over that one, just because I feel like there were some members of the jury that maybe saw it more as a top line as it sounds in the description, and maybe hadn't had experienced it yet. So maybe that's a good thing to note moving forward, is that more and more ads, especially ones that are designed for you to interact with one-on-one, it's really important to actually have the interaction and maybe not just see a video about it. So there, we've worked together in this interview and achieved official insights that can be applied to the future. We're doing it.